So what's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I go by Saint Sarita, aka Sarita Savage, and today I am going to be unboxing and doing a spread inside of the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I'm so excited to go through this amazing deck with you guys. I've got my sage here. I've got a joint rolled. So we are just going to have ourselves a good time. Okay? So let me just light this thing up a little bit more. Okay. Gonna light this thing up, and this is rolling papers, pre-rolled cones by a brand called Elephant Rolling Papers. I will put the link for these in the bio. And inside of this lovely, lovely, lovely rolled up cone is some Gorilla Glue. This is a hybrid strain that gives you euphoria, that keeps you happy, inspired, creative, as well as allows you to relax and kind of unwind just a bit. But it won't take you off your focus if that's where you need to be. So if you've got something that you want to roll up and light up and join me in this unboxing today, then pause this video right now and get to getting, and then hop back in and we'll get this show on the road. All right? So here's to our first unboxing and to the harvest moon. Happy October to everyone. It's harvest season, so get to getting. Oh yeah. So again, we're going to be unboxing the Halloween Oracle here by Stacy DeMarco. Look, I'll just put this down. The box is very, very nice. Look at that. Okay, keep it covered. The box has like this embossed. You see the bats and the pumpkin. Really, really nice. Feeling very elegante. So we're going to go right in. Of course, we have a nice guidebook. And we're definitely going to go through that. Oh, and already I am living for the cards. Try to put this up some way so you can see it somehow. There we go. Look at that. Forgiveness. Reducing burden. Okay. So let's just slide this plastic off here. Here's the back. Oh, this stock feels really, really good. Nice and thick. Very nice. Very glossy. Very glossy. Forgiveness. Reducing burden. The veil. The future. Beautiful. This kind of reminds me of the Two of Swords, the Justice card, those cards where they have those blindfolds on, the Eight of Swords, and even the message, you know, the future. Sometimes you don't want to make decisions about your future, so you have that blindfold on. Ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. being really gorgeous cards. Okay, of course, it would not be a Halloween themed oracle or anything of the sorts if it did not have this lovely image. All right, look at this one, the mummy change, right? That mummification process. Got our jack-o'-lantern, which represents protection. And why don't I, okay, listen to this. We're stepping into fall, and look at this winter, the sacredness of pausing. Isn't that like what winter is all about too? You pause, you hibernate, you rejuvenate, you store things, you get ready for the spring and the summer. You go within. You go within. This is absolutely a lovely deck. So what does the back of the box say? I'm going to read the back of the box. Experience the scariest night of the year every year. Unleash your inner monster and trick or treat your way into a connection with the most magical and scary night of the year. Halloween! Festivals of the dead like Halloween have been celebrated for thousands of years across many different world cultures. They serve to honor those who have passed and to celebrate death as a natural part of life and an opportunity to welcome in a new beginning. That reminds me of the Death card and the Sun card in tarot. That death doesn't, have to represent a literal death. It could just be the shedding of things that no longer serve you. And then that Sun card representing that rebirth, that childlike energy and innocence and excitement of doing something new. During Samhain, the ancient Celtic festival from which Halloween originates, the veil between this world and the next was believed to be at its thinnest, and so, since the very beginning, Halloween has been an occasion for effective and potent divination, a chance to connect with the other side or get a glimpse into your future. Now you can harness the eerie power of Halloween every night of the year, encountering black cats, vampires, zombies, witches, werewolves, jack-o'-lanterns, skeletons, mummies, and characters from the Mexican Day of the Dead tradition, including Lady de los Muertos, exquisite candy skulls, and more. There are 36 richly illustrated cards, and the accompanying meaning in our guidebook that features rhyming couplets like those used in ancient storytelling, as well as a message of divination for you based on an aspect of Halloween tradition. So, very, very exciting. I'm going to go through a few more of the cards here. And these cards are so new. They are stuck together, you guys. So this is Skull of Stars, Infinite Possibilities. And then stuck to this is the Spider, Community and Web Weaving. This feels like we're in such a era of community, rebuilding communities, looking at the communities that like we're also in. And Halloween, the dead transforming. I think this is actually a really exciting time. And one of the things that I am doing is Halloween themed tarot readings going into the remainder of the year. So this is a look ahead over this final quarter. And I thought it was a no-brainer to use this amazing Halloween oracle as the foundation for these readings and to do something a little more fun and exciting, right? Life doesn't have to be boring. So why let it be boring? Okay, so we've got even more here. I'm just going to go through these because I want to make sure that they are not stuck together when we do our spread. Ooh, come on with it. Vampire, emotional intelligence. Okay, we're gonna leave her to the side because definitely want to get into that tea and see what the good sis is giving. Skull of darkness, blind spots, bomb brack, sweetness and synergy. Okay, got 3 stuck together here. Ooh, eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. Ooh, child. That was like a word for me. I had to put my 16 and a half Yorkie to sleep almost 2 weeks ago. So this love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. It is really marinating with me and my heart and my soul and my truth. So I'm going to pull that one out too because I want to know what the tea is. All right. All right. So what we're going to do now that we've unboxed and looked at those is we're going to look up these 2 meanings and then do a spread because they have some recommended spreads in here. So let's take a couple of deep breaths. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and we are going to look in the book for the, okay, eternal love is what we got to first. Okay. Eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. When the body leaves us and our souls are above, our possessions no longer, nothing remains but the intertwining of love. All of us are the product of millennia of love. Our parents, 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 and our parents, 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 our ancestors by blood and ritual all have in some way created the DNA that weaves throughout our bodies. Love, in fact, powers life and death. When most of us first encounter death in our lives, we experience grieving, and in some ways, that feeling could be described as an absence of love and the absence of that person or being. The kind of love that is often shared between family members, friends, and lovers, separated only by physical death, is the kind that poets wax lyrical about. That is truly eternal and transcends death. Should you choose this card, you are being reminded that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is more powerful than death itself. Love lingers. It leaves its own legacy, and we should be aware of this every day that we live. For those that are ready for and desiring of a partner, it also indicates that a significant love is close at hand, and be ready to open up to this new experience. Ooh, come on with it. Come on with it. Okay, so I just wanted to take a look. Like, these are like hyper realistic cards. Like, this dirt on here look real as hell. And it's nice to see these daisies surrounding these skeletons. The skeletons are as bare bone and like vulnerable, as one could be. Like, we are skin and bones, and these daisies are, happy, and that is, a sign of joy, a sign to remember that there can be beauty also in death. There can be beauty in death, and from these bones and from this skin and from this transformation, look at that joy and happiness that grows. Okay, eternal love. Look at that. That had the bones, the hip bone connected to the but whatever. I don't know the rest of the song. It's fine. In any event, this looks like, those hip bones are connected here, and they're forming a heart, and these arms are joining together. Maybe they're holding hands. It is really, really beautiful, and a beautiful message and reminder that love leaving our physical plane don't mean a thing. Okay, we got love that is eternal, that transcends space and time. Okay, and then the other one is vampire emotional intelligence. So let's see what that one is giving. There probably is a table of contents. I don't know why I didn't just go there. Probably because of the weed. Okay, vampire. Emotional intelligence. The deepest, the coldest, the craving of the blood, the hole never filled, the longing like a flood. Whilst there are almost uncountable examples of vampires in literature, movies, and games, somehow the archetype of the blood-hunting, night-stalking, and somewhat elegant creature keeps being reinvented to seduce yet another generation. Although the beautiful and somewhat desirable vampire form doesn't really begin to enter the public consciousness until the mid 1800s, the idea of a human feeding upon the very stuff of life is very much older. The Egyptians, Sumerians, Indians, and the Balkan people all have mythos containing vampire-like creatures. The vampire is an interesting figure because it is both horrifying and desirable. Having someone want us so much that they desire to be that closely linked with us does feel good until we realize there is nothing much left of us to give. Most of us have heard of the concept of emotional vampirism, the idea that people feed off our energy and our goodwill and take advantage of us through manipulation and their incessant neediness. Should the vampire card appear in your reading, it may indicate that you are being drained in this way. And the time has come for stronger boundaries. We need to be very aware of what gives us energy in our lives and what takes it away. We should be aware of needing people to need us and why we invite people like this into our homes, workplaces, and lives. If indeed we have them around us. Come on! Developing the emotional intelligence within ourselves helps us defend against this kind of emotional and psychic attack that enables us to foster healthy, equal relationships of all kinds. Mm, mm, that's deep. Where can that eternal love take you? So, we've got those two definitions out of the way. Oh, these cards feel smooth, luxurious. Very nice. I'm telling you, I was drawn to them immediately. And the fact that, they are oracle cards as opposed to tarot. For me, oracle cards are all about higher, wisdom and energy and just giving us guidance. Look at that. Is that DNA? It is ancestors at the bottom of the deck. The love and legacy of our DNA. Oh, do you know your history? Do you know your history? Time for divine downloads, meditation, exercising, drawing, taking a walk. These are all things that can put you in a meditative state that allows you to get divine insights and downloads into your DNA from your ancestors, from your angels. Like this is such, we are in, harvest season. seeds that we planted in the spring are growing now and blossoming. And, I think one area that people are looking more to cultivate is, their spirituality, and is knowing, who they are at the core and what their values are, what things that they really enjoy. Do they enjoy it because, do I enjoy this because I enjoy it? Or is it because, this is what we've always done in our family type of thing. So, do some meditating and get into the heart and soul, of your DNA. It's like that Kendrick Lamar song. Doesn't he have a song called DNA? I know he does. Okay, so very nice, very nice. We have shuffled. Before we go in, we are going to sage the deck. Got some lovely sage, which I started using today, the first of the month, to bring in more harvest into my life, more abundance and clarity and grace and community and insight and deepening of friendships, letting go of shit that I just don't need no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back. Okay, so we're going to just bless the deck, set the intention, and if you're enjoying this thus far, please like and share and subscribe. This is a timeless video. It is meant for you whenever you get it. Okay, look at that. Okay, so we're going to let this play in the cup. Okay. And let's see what spread we are going to do. So they have the Halloween 3-card draw, the Jack-o'-lantern divination. This is a highly protective and illuminating spread. Ooh, where you pull 6 cards. Ooh, yes, so very nice. We have done our dedication to the cards, which is also recommended. And I am just, so excited. Yes. Okay. And so we're going to do the Halloween 3-card draw. This threefold cycle, birth, death, rebirth, is very important when connecting with Halloween. We honor this paradigm through this spread. Also, as Halloween is most tied to the moon and the night symbolically, you might like to try consulting this spread at moonrise or at midnight. Look at that. Oh my goodness, stop it. It's 11:53 p.m. Eastern here where I am, and we have a full moon this evening. Isn't this exciting? Okay, so card 1 speaks to the heart of the issue or question. Card 2 is the challenge, and card 3 is going to be the solution. All right, so we've shuffled the deck. We have blessed our deck, and now we're going to pull the cards. Okay, so card 1, card 2, and card 3. Honey, this sage smells fantastic. Okay, so again, card 1 is the heart of the issue or the question. And we got ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. That is card 1. So the heart of the issue or the question is in Ancestors, and this is the tree with that DNA code that runs through us. And it immediately is giving me this idea and sense of connecting and being one with nature. Again, we're skin and bones coming from the earth, and what things maybe have we lost in our DNA through our reiterations and reincarnations. Um, what could be some things that are missing? And so let's go deeper and let's get the full definition of this. Ancestors. Okay. Okay, ancestors. I walk in their footsteps. Their wisdom inside me remains. I am unique, yet carry a legacy. Their blood runs in my veins. Whether or not we know our ancestors, we are the product of those who have lived before us, DNA wise. Externally, we may have the body type of our father, our mother's eyes, our grandmother's nose, our great grandfather's skin tone. On the inside, it gets even more interesting. We know now that we can inherit the way our body works, blood types, genetic disorders, even propensities for aspects of brain function like introversion, musicality, and mathematics. Many pagan paths associated with Halloween believe that we are born perfectly imperfect to be exactly what we are meant to be. What does this mean? It means that the gifts of our ancestors have left us, and the unique synergy of the combination of the physical, mental, and physical that is created within us sets us up perfectly to achieve our ultimate purpose. Should the ancestor card bring itself to your attention, know that you are ready and able to action your birthright of power. Wow. You have the support of those who came before you. There may be challenges or struggles, but you have everything you need to overcome them. You will prevail. Come on with it. Come on with it. Okay, so the challenge for you then is to trust the legacy and the love from your ancestors. Trust that you will prevail through whatever your issue or challenge is in this season. So that brings us to the challenge. Card 2, the lamp, remembrance. Ooh, come on with this pumpkin. Remembrance. It might be scary to remember and to do that shadow work and to go within, but it is necessary. And while you go into this fall season, this time of solitude, remembrance is an opportunity to grow within the solitude and triumph within the tragedies that you may be faced with. So the lamp, illuminate, get past the fears. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. And the lamp is about remembrance. So your challenge here is remembrance. Let's go deeper. Okay. The lamp. I light a single candle within a lamp for you, a single flame in the darkness that reflects my heart so true. Whilst it is a tradition to carve a jack-o'-lantern to scare away the spirits, it was an older tradition still to light a candle or a lamp on Halloween night and leave it at the window as a loving guide home for those who have passed, both as a symbol of remembrance and also as a kind of leaving the lights on for those who may wish to come home. The lamp was left on to illuminate the night and perhaps even the sadness that was felt because of the passing. This card reminds us that it is a positive thing to remember those who have passed by celebrating their life rather than mourning their death. For those with whom we did not have an easy relationship, or even those we did not like, leave us with valuable lessons. Because I know I got some people that, I'm releasing from the do not like pile. So I had to chuckle. Sometimes we learn more from our nemesis than we do from our friends. And so the darkness that can illuminate our strengths and our true values so that we can live them more clearly and fully. Sometimes we learn more from our nemesis than we do from our friends. Ooh, child, that's a word. So your challenge is to celebrate the life rather than mourning the deaths. So maybe how can you celebrate the problem, the challenge, instead of mourning what you lost? Because it gives you an opportunity to grow and see the true meaning and purpose of that situation, that challenge that you are facing. Okay? And then lastly, the solution. So you're going to remember, right? And we know what the heart of the issue is maybe facing that remembrance and looking at those ugly things that could cause more pain and hurt. I mean, it was, woo, honey, when my baby died, I mean, that pain that morning, my God, my God, God, my God. And I had just barely getting over another situation that took me emotionally through the ringer less than 6 months ago. So going back to that vulnerable time and remembering that, I mean, painful, 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 but the lessons that I learned from those experiences have been and continue to be invaluable. Okay? All right, so the solution, Apple, risk and reward. So yeah, again, this idea of, it's risky to say I'm going to go within. I'm going to see what the heck is going on. I'm going to do some shadow work. I'm going to learn my lesson. But there could be such a rich and sweet and healthy reward. Look at that. And plant-based. Look at you growing your DNA. Okay, Apple. This is the solution. And this apple's coming in like, one of the ace cards in tarot. Like, this gift, I'm coming to you. Look at it with love. With love. Look at that heart. Come on. Okay, so Apple, risk and reward. Our solution. Sweetest icon, risky red desire, poison and freedom, tempting hearts of fire. Apples have been a symbol of Samhain for a very long time. Apples, when cut in half, have a seed pattern that looks like a pentagram, and so the Celts held the fruit to be sacred. Bobbing for apples, a game traditionally played at Halloween, has its origins in the Samhain festival and is one of the oldest associated with this celebration. The traditional way to play is to place 3 or 13 apples into a barrel of water, and the game is to try and bite an apple whilst it floats and bobs in the water. Hands must not be used, and people often compete with each other bobbing at the same time. It is believed that the Romans brought the custom to Britain, and there are quite a few images recorded through art of this activity in both cultures. It was said that unmarried women who placed the apple they had bobbed under their pillow would dream of their future husband. In Newfoundland, in some parts of Ireland, even today, Halloween is called Snap Apple Night. Candy apples. Apple on a stick covered in toffee, one of my faves, although not quite as popular now as they once were as Halloween fare, are now making a comeback as a fun and simple treat to prepare on this night. Apples have been an iconic part of mythos from ancient times to modern. The story of the poisoned apple in Snow White, to the Roman goddess Pomona's magical apple tree, to the Christians' tempting fruit in the Garden of Eden. Should you receive this apple in your reading, it's time to look at how risk plays out in your life. Are you hedging your bets and not trying anything new? Do you want change but are not willing to change anything? Are you willing to risk to get a greater reward? Or alternatively, are you risking too much, too often? So there are some things that need to be pondered on. Accepting and embracing the love and legacy of your DNA. Remembering things from our past and seeing them in a new illuminated light. Like that full moon, we have another full moon at the end of the month. Isn't that a gag? One at the first and one at the end. Such an opportunity to make, I feel, some rapid transformations. And then the solution, risk and reward. Are you risking too much, too fast, too soon? Or are you not risking hardly anything at all? Okay? Like Joyce Meyer said one time, everybody wants to walk on water, but nobody wants to get out the boat. You got to get out the boat if you're going to walk on the water. And I think that you can do it. So, thank you guys so much. This has been so much fun. I do offer Halloween themed tarot readings on my Etsy, and I'm going to put that link in the bio. Again, if you enjoyed this reading today, subscribe, like, give me a thumbs up, and share with someone else that you think could benefit from all of this good vibrations. Okay? Thank you guys so much. Be blessed, no stress. All right?